I know I can write a book. In fact, I've written the same book 3 times over. But the last time I finished a draft was in December 2022, which is why, in this writing vlog, I documented the first week of writing my new novel project. And let's just say, I forgot how hard it is to write a book. Today is July 1st, 2025, also known as Canada Day to my fellow Canadians. Also known as a day where I have to go to work in approximately 1 hour and probably work an overtime shift. Also, my name is Ava. I'm a writer. I have made 2 other writing vlogs in the past month documenting the preparation process for beginning this project. It is a horror project that I am calling Project Magnolia. It is my second serious writing project that I am beginning to work on. I also haven't written consistently since the end of 2022. I'm not feeling the most motivated right now since I do have a pretty hectic day ahead of me. So I don't want to chit chat too much. I also don't think I'm gonna write too much. We're just gonna focus on writing that first line. I'm probably gonna write for like 10 minutes, but that's okay. Any progress is progress, especially when you're staring at a blank page. Okay, I just wrote 109 words. It feels so good to be back and typing on my keyboard. I still seem to be writing the longest sentences known to mankind, but that's an issue for future me. I kind of just want to stop here because I don't want to keep going and get too sucked into this that I don't have enough time to eat something before leaving. And I feel really good about kind of the situation that we're dropped into right away. And I know that when I pick this up tomorrow, I will have a pretty easy time continuing from where I'm leaving off. Today's lesson is that if you have an entire day free and you don't set aside a specific time to write, then you end up only writing 404 words. Yesterday, I ended up working overtime. I worked almost a 9-hour shift. So today I wanted to just take it easy. I didn't have anything planned, except for I do have some plans this evening with my friends. I really wanted to write more today, but at the same time, I have to accept that this is going to be a difficult process. I also just want to show that I got this pen today to match my actual gray cat back there. That's what I did with my day today. So I have been writing for probably like 45 minutes to an hour total. I have not made much progress in terms of word count, but what I've been doing is really just sitting here rereading the stuff that I wrote yesterday and the day before, which, as you saw, were not the most productive writing sessions. I'm very happy that I have the rest of today to dedicate to really getting immersed into this project and hopefully getting caught up with my goal, which I haven't talked about yet. I am using TrackBear to track this project. It is my first time using it. I have decided to go with a word count goal of 70,000 words, and the deadline is September 30th. Now, that is just because I had to set a goal. I don't feel super committed to either of those numbers, whether it be word count, because word count is obviously something that is kind of hard to estimate. And then the date is just, I don't know, kind of arbitrary because really I want to focus on using July and August to get as much of this draft done as possible without burning myself out in the process. Once school does start up again, I have no idea what writing is going to look like. I have no idea how difficult my semester is going to be. And so my goal for the month of July is a loose goal of 30,000 words. In terms of the actual writing that I've been doing, this book is my first time writing in third person, so that has already been interesting to get used to. It's not super challenging so far. I just feel like I'm using the main character's name like a lot more than I'm used to naturally from writing in first person. So, according to TrackBear in front of me, Today, July 3rd, I am supposed to be at 2,283 words. So that is my goal for today. I'm going to sit back down with my document and I'm going to try to actually write some fresh words and make some progress. So I just finished chapter 1 and I also just hit 1,001 words written today. We're now at 1,514 words total, meaning that's how long chapter 1 is. I was expecting the chapter would end up being a bit longer than that, so I think I'm going to take a break now, and then I'm going to come back to this and I'm going to reread the whole chapter in its entirety and see if I want to add anything to it and if I think that this is how I want chapter 1 to be, and then I will work on writing some more and hopefully reaching the word count that I'm supposed to be at today. So instead of writing anything new, I've been sitting here for 50 minutes just removing things from my word count, and now I'm 100 words lower than the last time I saw you. I think hopefully now I am finally going to start writing some new stuff that progresses the chapter. I think I'm gonna add another scene to the chapter because what I just finished up, that can't be all of chapter 1. I don't know how I feel about it, but I just gotta get past this. I cannot keep this up for the entire draft. I have now accomplished my goal for the day. Now my total word count is 2,332 words. However, I am now staring at my word count for the day, which is 1,800 something. And now I'm like, should I go and write 200 more words so that I hit 2,000 for the day? Which I think I will. So I finished chapter 1. It's 2 separate scenes. One of them is during the night, and then the second one is like the morning after that thing happens during the night. I feel like it's too short, but I also don't really know what to add to it. I did just start chapter 2, which chapter 2 is in the past timeline, and it's going to be very interesting to see if I actually think I need this past timeline, because that is something that I am unsure about heading into this draft, is if it's actually necessary for me to have a whole separate timeline going on, or if there's a way that I can incorporate all of the necessary flashback moments, or just any of the moments in the past timeline that are necessary for the current timeline, if I can incorporate those in other ways other than having full-on chapters in the past timeline, because as I'm sitting here and writing it, I'm feeling a lot more lost than I felt 2 seconds ago when I was writing in the present day timeline. I think also just because I'm writing about my main character when she was 10 years younger, when she was a young teenager. So I just don't really know who that kind of character is. I'm gonna go write 200 words right now. Okay, these are my final stats of the day. What I just wrote was not very good, but I'm trying to take my own advice and stop worrying too much about how good this is, because I cannot spend hours every day before actually writing anything new going over my old work like I did today. So, feeling good. I did a lot of writing today. I probably spent like at least 2 hours, probably more like 3 or 4, honestly. That's kind of hard for me to comprehend. Yeah, feeling good. Today, I am proud to announce that I have already accomplished writing 1,106 words. I wasn't even planning on writing when I did, but I just was feeling like all I could think about was my story. I don't know if that says that I was stressed about trying to get writing done today, but ultimately I sat down for like 2 hours and completely lost myself in the project, and when I looked at the clock, I couldn't even believe that that much time had passed. And I did go back to chapter 1, to the first line once again, and combed through the entire scene, the first scene of chapter 1. But I'm really glad that I did that, because clearly, as you've seen, I've been struggling with it. I haven't been 100% happy with it. I felt like it was really lacking substance, and I think that really what I've done today is add in that substance, add in that description of where we are, really just flesh everything out a little bit more. I'm much more happier with it now, and I am looking forward to doing some more writing today and going and doing the exact same thing with scene 2 and then the start of chapter 2. It is now the nighttime, and my word count for the day is 1,554 words, and my total word count is 4,075 words, which I realized sometime today that I haven't even been thinking about my monthly goal that I set of writing 30,000 words this month, meaning that basically for every day of the month, I have to have, like, today's July 4th, meaning I should be at 4,000 total words, which I accomplished, but that wasn't even something that I was thinking about in the previous clips. I was just thinking about my end goal of 70,000 words by the end of September. I'm so sick of talking about word counts, but I also don't really know what else there is to say. Not necessarily, but just like, because obviously I can talk about whatever I want about the project, but I feel like I need these word count goals to keep myself accountable. It's the only way that I'm going to actually make progress, and it is the way that my brain operates when I am in the drafting phase. In terms of what I've been working on for the last 30 minutes, again, it's just me revisiting the stuff that I already wrote and just adding to it. I think that if I was sitting down today and just writing new material, just focusing on progressing the plot, getting from point A to point B, I don't think that I would feel as good about where the project is standing as a whole. I think I'm going to call the night here. I'm very proud of what I accomplished today and what I accomplished yesterday. Tomorrow I am opening at work, so I will be out of commission until the evening. We will see how much I do tomorrow. So I did open at work today. I got home sometime between 5 and 6. I ate dinner. I've just been relaxing. I'm not feeling particularly motivated, and I don't want to sit here and force myself to write more than I want to. I have been sitting here for probably about 10 minutes, and I've written 103 words. Again, just adding more details to the scene, the second scene of chapter 1. And so I think I'm gonna listen to myself, listen to what I want, and I think I'm just gonna have a chill day. I'm updating you on this Sunday evening, still wearing my pajama shirt, because today I woke up at 7:20 and I felt a little bit weird. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to bed for 30 minutes. And I was planning on getting a lot of writing done. I was planning on probably going somewhere with one of my friends. And then I just had a really bad headache around 3. I was finally able to get up and eat something and go back to being semi-normal. Either way, my plan for the rest of the night is to just sit here for 5 to 10 minutes, do a tiny little bit of writing, just because I am sitting here and giving you an update, I might as well. But I'm hoping that tomorrow I can wake up early and feel normal this time and try to get some writing done before I have to leave the house to go to work. I am once again coming to you in my pajama shirt. I did in fact wake up early today. I woke up at 7:30 and I have been doing things for the past few hours. It's 1 minute before noon, which is when tickets go live for RF Kwong's visit to my city. Oh my god, it's 12. Okay, I got the tickets. Or the one singular ticket, because I am going by myself. I am going to sit here for the next hour approximately and just see how much writing I can get done, and then I'll update you, and then I'm gonna get ready for work. So I will now be heading to work shortly. I ended up writing 304 words, and I completely finished off chapter 1. I finished adding what I wanted to add to the second scene, and now I am done with it. I am closing it off. Pretty much this entire writing vlog has been me writing chapter 1, then starting chapter 2, and then spending like, I don't know how many days just reworking chapter 1. And that is not how I want the rest of this project to go, because then it'll take me forever to get to the end of this draft, which is not what I'm trying to do. Initially, I was planning on having this writing vlog be for an entire week, but considering today is the last day and I feel like I really have not made much progress in the last few days, even though I have been really wanting to, I think I'm gonna add one more bonus day. Tomorrow, I don't have to go to work. I do have some things planned, including my course selection, but when I think about ending this vlog here, I just feel like that's not right. As much as I have officially started draft 1 and I have now officially finished chapter 1, I just feel like I want to do a little bit more work and take one more step forward. Well, I hope you're not sick of me coming here to say that I haven't done anything. Here's how my day went. I woke up, I had course selection at 10:45, hence why I'm wearing my my shirt with my school on it. So I was stressed about that. I did it, and then I have spent the rest of the day sitting here stressing out about responding to one email. Although, in my defense, it's not just an email. It required sitting down and doing something. But I did that now. I just responded. I feel very professional. However, that means that I have not done any writing today. And I'm about to leave the house to go see a movie with my family, which I'm very excited for, but I don't know when I'm getting home. You're watching me in real time realize how difficult writing this book is going to be. Anyways, I have to get ready now. I think you'll be seeing me again because I cannot end this writing vlog without actually doing some more writing. It is now many days later. I ended up not writing anything on the day that you last saw me. Then the day after you last saw me, I ended up writing 1,000 words. But since then, I have not touched my project. I have had a very busy few days. I have barely been at home. I dove into this draft not knowing how it was going to go. And I think that even just with my 1 week of doing my hardest to dive headfirst into the drafting process, I think that I have realized that I cannot hold myself to the same standard that I held my past self to. I think that the writing that I have done so far, the first chapter that I spent so long tinkering with, I think it is some of my strongest writing that I've ever done for a novel project. I think that it is infinitely better than any of the beginning 5-ish thousand words of any of my past 3 drafts that I did for my previous project. And I think that my motivation to write this book is going to be what carries me through the drafting process and takes me over these hurdles that I will be continuously encountering as I try to make this book work, despite everything else I have going on. If you would like to join me on my writing journey, working towards finishing the first draft of this novel project, then please subscribe. I believe there will be many more writing vlogs coming to you in the future. And thank you for sticking to the end of this video and seeing this mess of a first week. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.